The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. With the easing of restrictions in the metro, along with the suspension of the no vaccine, no ride policy, how exactly is the riding experience of our commuters this Tuesday? Let's get more information with Mon Gualvez. He's joining us live from EDSA Cubao to give us the latest. Mon, good morning. Can you give us the latest situation so far?
Good morning, Riza. In terms of passenger volume, the commuters are actually fewer today due to holiday. However, the commuters who are riding buses and other public utility vehicles today are not experiencing any more delays in terms of showing their vaccination cards first and other identification cards for verification before getting on or boarding PUVs as the no vax, no ride policy is lifted starting today. Also, aside from the easing of restrictions for the riding public, I also witnessed some children who are with their accompanying adults who are riding public utility vehicles and others who are just simply walking around or walking along the road in which they are also allowed under alert level 2 status. Riza.
Mon, how is the observance of health protocols at the area? You mentioned you even saw children already outside.
So far, so good, Riza, and that is what the Transportation Department actually reiterated, that only the no vax, no ride policy is halted and not the other minimum health protocols. That includes the proper wearing of face masks, frequently sanitizing of hands, refraining from eating and talking while inside the PUVs, and also maintaining the proper physical distancing. And that means that the 70% seating capacity in PUVs still applies during this alert level 2 status. Riza.
Mon, we know that it's not a requirement anymore, but why are some commuters still bringing out their vaccine cards again, even if it's not a requirement anymore?
Well, we talked to some of them who just brought and who are just actually bringing out their vaccination cards, even if it's not, or even it's no longer a requirement anymore. And they said that they just want to make sure whenever it's still needed and they don't want any hassle or delays anymore, while others actually admitted that they are not aware that bringing out or showing their vaccination cards first before getting on or boarding PUVs is no longer a requirement. Riza.
All right, thank you for that update and stay safe. That's Mon Gualvez reporting live from EDSA Cubao. Meanwhile, the Philippine College of Physicians is flagging the accessibility issues on the country's vaccine rollout in remote areas. Speaking to the chiefs, PCP President Maricar Limpin said vaccination rates are quite high in the cities, but she believes that most of the unvaccinated will come from far-flung areas where vaccination remains inaccessible.
Actually, halos lahat ng probinsya, yung lahat ng mga malalayo talagang lugar, lalong-lalo na yung mga isla, no? Sila yung talagang hindi na aabot ng mga vaccination natin, yung program. So, ito yung tina-target naman ng mga kasamahan namin na mga doktor para sa ganon masiguro natin na maaabot din natin sila, no? Kasi some of them, simply because they could not go to the areas where the vaccination is supposed to be held.
Interior Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya says it's up to the LGUs if they want to lift ordinances prohibiting movement for unvaccinated people. On One News agenda, Malaya said stay-at-home orders are usually implemented under Alert Level 3. This means that under the more relaxed Alert Level 2, local officials have the discretion on whether to continue implementing such rules. Malaya also noted that vaccine hesitancy has reduced dramatically due to these policies restricting movement of the unvaccinated.
I think it's a combination of the various things we have done, the threat of the Omicron variant, the no vax, no ride policy, the stay-at-home orders, if you're unvaccinated, you need an RT-PCR test every 2 weeks. Lahat ng ito, no, lahat ginawa natin has dramatically reduced the vaccine hesitancy. And I think people saw sa mga kaibigan nila, pag bakunado ka pala, pag tinamaan ka ng virus, pwede ka magpagaling sa bahay.
Meanwhile, the health department has issued guidelines on the use of self-administered antigen test kits. In its latest memorandum, the DOH says RT-PCR tests remain the preferred diagnostic method for COVID-19. However, antigen tests may be used if RT-PCR tests are limited or unavailable. The department recommends that only symptomatic patients use antigen tests 7 days from the onset of symptoms. The DOH said that self-antigen test kits must not be used for asymptomatic close contacts or to screen asymptomatic individuals. Those who obtain positive antigen test results must also immediately report to their respective LGUs. Now, despite the pandemic, visitors continue to troop to Binondo, the world's oldest Chinatown, to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Let's get more details. We have JC Cosico reporting to us live from Binondo, Manila this morning. Hi, JC.
Yes, Riza, unlike last year, there are no public activities here in Binondo, Manila for the celebration of a Chinese New Year. Yet people continue to flock here to buy items which they say will bring them luck for the new year. Riza.
JC, can you describe to us how are the celebrations there? It is not perhaps as extravagant or as busy as the years before.
Yes, Riza, like what I mentioned earlier, there are no public activities, but people continue to flock here as they are hoping to buy items which they say will bring them luck for the new year. Among the bestsellers here are tikoy, hopia, and of course, Lucky Charms. Riza.
With that being said, can you tell us the prices of these delicacies and what can actually visitors expect when they go to Binondo?
Riza, the price of tikoy ranges from 135 to 388 pesos depending on the size and the flavor, while the prices of hopia will range from around 48 pesos to 66 pesos. Now, the Lucky Charms are ranging from 100 pesos to around or to over 3,000 pesos depending on what type of Lucky Charm you'll buy. Riza.
JC, how are the sales of the local vendors?
Riza, according to some vendors, their sales are affected by the pandemic, but they are hoping to somehow recover from their losses as Metro Manila is now under alert level 2. Riza.
The final question, JC, were you able to talk to any feng shui expert perhaps, and can they give us some tips on what to expect or what to do perhaps to attract more luck this water tiger or the year of the water tiger?
Riza, we spoke to some feng shui consultants, and what they mentioned to us is that apart from, of course, believing in these traditions, people should also exert effort and patience to garner luck for this year. Now, they're also advising the public to do away with bad vibes to welcome this new year. Riza.
All right, thank you and stay safe. That's JC Cosico reporting live from Binondo, Manila. Now, after more than 3 years, Chot Reyes is making a comeback as Gilas Pilipinas head coach. This comes after Tab Baldwin stepped down from the position to focus on his responsibilities to the Ateneo men's basketball team. In a statement, Reyes confirmed his return to Gilas and said that he cannot turn down the chance to serve the country. Now, here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. Comelec Commissioner Aimee Ferolino claps back at Rowena or Commissioner Rowena Guanzon, but still no decision on BBM's disqualification case was released. Kyung Hee Huachai, the Chinoy community welcomes the year of the water tiger today. And BTS member Jimin tests positive for COVID-19 after undergoing surgery. Now, you can catch the 2022 presidential aspirants as they face the nation in Panata sa Bayan, the KBP Presidential Forum, in collaboration with Kapisana ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas on February 4, 9 in the morning. Tune in to Signal TV Channel 250 High Definition and Channel 8 Standard Definition, also available on Signal Play. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 2 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now, www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.